I'm gonna go us in right now at 5:39. For roll call, I'm gonna just go around the circle and since you can introduce yourselves, name and pronoun. And we're gonna start with you.
I'm name with an A, she, her pronouns.
I just use my I use the number.
And this is gonna be just for the representatives.
Devin Kapoor, he, her.
Do you know she, her pronouns?
She, their name, she, her pronouns.
Also going to recognize ex-officio members, Tori, the unemployed advisor, and me. All right. We are going to do approval of the agenda. Let's flip over. Are there any motions? Second. Great. There will consent. And now we have to move on to the approval of the meeting minutes. Hopefully everyone had a chance to look through these minutes.
We go these minutes from August 19th.
Is there a second? General consent. Now we're going to move thoroughly into the internal election for school chair and Senate sex. Just give. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
What is it? I think you need to.
Motion to make it,
Index.
to make it just chair and vice chair. I move to amend the agenda to remove some. Is there a second? General consent. So, internal election report, chair. Just to give a general overview, of both positions. The chair, as you guys are familiar with, is responsible for really making sure that the administrative work of the finance board takes forward. They're responsible for being at the helm of this body, making sure that things are done in an orderly fashion. It's a very, very important position. There's a lot of weight to it. And this person also serves as a member of the steering committee. For the vice chair, they are responsible for assisting the chair with duties, helping to check in with you all, helping to manage the work of the finance board, as well as being a member of the steering committee and one of the co-chairs of the separate review committee, being the body that evaluates your reports on what you're doing in SGA to make sure that the student buck is being spent responsibly on your stipends. So also a very heavy and important position. So with that description of both, just to give a general overview, we're first going to hear nominations for both of these positions. We're going to go again in that order, chair, vice chair, and then we're going to have an opportunity to hear from those nominees about why they would want to be in that position. Beyond that, we will send all of the nominees out and go into a period of executive session, which means that anyone who is not a member of finance board will need to leave during that time, and we'll just have a bit of a conversation around the merits of each of the candidates. Beyond that, we will have voting through a secret ballot. That is just going to be a Google form that Tori.
I was just cutting paper up.
Cutting paper up. So, you'll write the name of the person that you want in that position. Give it to Tori, and then we will tally up who's the winner. After chair, I'm going to then pass it to whoever that may be, and they're going to run the election for the vice chair. Okay? All right. So with all of that said, do we have any nominations for chair?
I nominate Susie for chair.
Should we do second?
I thought.
Any other nominations?
I also nominate Shruti for chair.
You accept, yes.
Yes, I got it, yeah.
You want okay. Okay. Are there any other nominations? And you can also nominate yourself if you're interested.
I nominate myself.
You accept? No.
I'm not, who? I'm not on the finance board.
No, we're just doing finance.
Just finance board folks. Yeah.
Sorry. Then I know.
Right. So accept that. Any other nominations? Let's do going once. Twice. So, all right. So
This is the part where we would go into executive session.
for their introduction or like why they want to position?
Yeah, so their interview, I double checked in here.
Okay.
So someone would move to go into executive session. I cannot do that as the advisor, but we would do that. And then what will happen is we will stop recording, and if you are not a member or ex officio member of this body, you do have to leave the room.
Yeah.
And we will go through the election process. So someone should definitely do that.
So, I motion to move to a period of executive session.
There's a second.
Beautiful, so
Start the recording.
Yep. Stop recording.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did one year fight before.
Yeah, but I think you can only get an original from it.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Well, you can get what's worth the village chamber. You guys? All right. So if you want, you can reach. For repeat after me, I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Chair of the Finance Board
the office of Chair of the Finance Board
of the University Students Government Association
of the University Student Government Association
and will,
and will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
promote and defend
promote and defend
the interests and well-being
the interests and well-being
of UBC's undergraduate students.
of the student government.
Pass this along to you. Whoop, whoop.
Ready? Yeah, recording. Is that document still up for her?
The oath of office, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I think it is verified.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
So we're moving to vice chair. So we're moving to vice chair for the internal elections. Are there any nominations? Brandon, do you accept?
Thank you.
Stop behind.
I nominate Rahman.
Mark, do you accept?
I do.
I second that. Yeah,
Oh, brother.
yeah, so don't end the period until Fiona comes back. We can just sit in limbo, but. Just in case Fiona wanted to nominate somebody, or if she does get nominated, oh, perfect. Catch you up, Shruti's Finance Board Chair. Taking nominations for Vice Chair, if you have any, you can do that now.
Anybody else? So far, Watson, County.
Rickmont.
Not only was married.
So do you accept?
I do.
Who nominated?
Joshua.
Okay.
Are there any other nominations on the floor? Nominations, I guess. Are there any motions? Move into the period. Oh, is this the point where we're moving?
Yes, you can move into executive session.
Are there any motions to move into executive session?
Yes, I move. I motion.
Is that objections? Move into a period of discussion. Nope. Executive.
Executive session.
Thank you. Executive session.
So we'll stop recording.
Somebody hit the pause button there. You know the row.
Here is the,
I can do it. I can like help my hand.
so just replace executive.
Repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Vice Chair of Finance Board
the office of the Vice Chair of the Finance Board,
of the UMBC Student Government Association,
UMC Student Government Association,
and will,
and will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
promote and defend
promote and defend
the interests and well-being
the interests and the well-being
of UMBC's undergraduate students.
of UMBC's undergraduate students.
Congrats, man.
So, correcting, Baden for coming. So, I'm going to read this. So, the first thing on our agenda for that is, a second review committee member voting. This is generally like the next two things, the second review committee, the nominating committee, as well as the strategic plan review committee. I'm just going to give you a general overview of this, but 2 members, from finance board are required to be on each of those committees. So, just as like a general thing out here, it would be really useful or easy for me as well as everyone else if each one of you could volunteer and like we don't have to be double upstairs. So I would just like encourage you all to volunteer and we'll cover them all by one on what they actually are. But the second review committee member voting agenda item is run by both the vice chair as well as assistant speaker of Senate. And it just allows you guys to kind of decide whether or not each member of SGA is kind of just doing their job. And you just kind of decide based off of the weekly reports that you receive, whether or not that they should be receiving their full stipends. And if not, then you just kind of have a discussion between y'all, and that would just kind of be what you guys do. And I'm not really sure how often you meet. Is there,
I think it's, yeah.
Once a quarter, yeah.
Once a semester, or twice a semester.
twice a semester? So it
It's
would
usually on like a Sunday.
Set, yeah, like Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So it'd be a Sunday, like twice a semester, like they said. And so I guess they would really nominate themselves or anyone else for it.
I have a question. Can I do that?
Let me double check. Cause let me double check if it has to be finance board specific or if you can be the rep for finance board.
I don't have to sit on this SVCs, so I was wondering if it was like another thing that's anything like that.
No, it's a good question, cause I don't know if you have to be there as your position,
Oh, yeah.
period.
We'll see. What it says. Would that count as one person from finance board for me being there, or would it be less?
So if your position has to be there in general, that would just be your position plus 2 finance board. So.
So meanwhile, while we're checking this out, is there, does anyone else not want to nominate themselves for it?
I'm nominating myself for it.
I guess until we figure out the open day situation, we can go back to that, but, so that's that for that. And then, for nominating committee, this is mostly for nominating members for election board as well as appeals boards, and mostly with judicial candidates. So, are there any people who want to? Yep, right. And?
I don't should be. I'm gonna do that third.
It's more so volunteering for yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, perfect. So we have 2 people for that. Yeah, and then for strategic plan review.
Is there like a voting process for this, or is this just volunteering for this?
It's just like informal. I believe you just don't end up meeting that much, so it's like not that much of a heavy workload in comparison to what you do. But strategic plan review committee. So this is just looking at the strategic plan that we passed last meeting, and just looking at whether or not that we kind of just check off everything, to what degree we've done everything, just to make sure we're being efficient and we're actually meeting the goals that we kind of meeting every year. So going on to that, who wants to nominate themselves for that?
We do more than one thing, or
So I believe from what I know, I believe second review as well as strategic plan, like they end up meeting near the same time or something like that. That's what Rashad told me. So
I do know that we're gonna have to switch next semester anyway. So if you wanna do one then, that's good, because I know you can't be on the same one 2 semesters in a row. So if you're on, like nominating committee doesn't really convene until spring anyway. But if you're on like strategic plan or stipend review, this semester you could not be on whichever one you're on this semester next semester, so you could like switch. I don't know if that's the same for strategic planning review committee, because that's like a newer fun thing, but if you're not on stipend review this semester, you could be on it next semester.
I will say it would be a lot of work to do both, but you can. Because it's not like they're going to be meeting on the same day. It's just you would have a lot of things that you have to do that day within that period of time.
Switching sounds good.
I can take the challenge, so.
sounds good then. If we have to come back to second review, then we can come back to it depending on are you volunteering yourself, by the way? If you're able to.
Oh, I said switching sounds cool. I didn't say.
No, for second review, sorry.
If I'm allowed to, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But if I don't like have to either, then no.
Okay, yeah, got that. If that's the case, then we can come back to it and decide on that for whoever else wants to be part of it.
So just as I looked it up in the bylaws, the bylaws state that the executive branch also needs to have a representative. So if you really wanted to do it, I think you'd have to represent the executive branch.
Okay.
As it says, 2 representatives from the executive branch, which is any member except the president, and may only include one of the following, which doesn't make sense if it says 2. These so EVP, BPSO, or the treasurer, these members are to be appointed by the president and Candace.
Second review. But no.
You're also an ex officio member regardless, so you can go to those meetings regardless. But I think if you want to do all that, you'll probably represent it for executive branch.
So we need someone else for finance. Are there any other recruitment from themselves?
Amani, I think you would like it. Second review.
Yeah.
So then we have 2 people for each of these. And then the next new business thing is just a quick year overview. But just generally for what we have coming up for the next. I think I pull this up right now.
Oh, okay. Did you get 2 or 1 person for a strategic plan?
We got 2.
Okay, I think we only need 1.
Oh, really?
At least in the bylaws, that's what it said. Did Rashad say 2 to you?
He told me 2.
Okay, go with what Rashad says for now. He might be planning on changing it, but.
Okay. Cool. But I was just gonna say generally what we have to look forward to, and we mostly just have. I don't even know where to go to. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see my screen right now, but you probably have seen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you've probably seen this on, okay. Can y'all see? Okay, it's like the thing, but it's from the video.
It's from the year in review video. I'll send this out to everyone, but it's like a really nice visual to just make sure we have dates in mind. But looking for like the next few dates that we have. The first day is when spring budgets are due, and that's on October 20th. And that is also the same day which is the last day for student organizations to request funding for merchandise from the Merchandise and Marketing Fund. So those 2 days follow the same. Those two important days fall on the same day. And from now until that time, we have Saha's applications that we have to look at. So from next week onwards, I'm guessing that's just going to be our main agenda items. And we're going to start that budgetary process. And that's kind of what we have going on for the next few weeks. And then once we reach that point, we will also have the fun element of semesterly applications to look at. So that's like that 45-day period where we have the two semesterly and Sahas, which is when we might end up having to meet more than once a week. So when we get near that point of time, I will probably send out some sort of like a check-in to everyone just to ask like what dates are most available for everyone to just meet in addition to our normal Tuesday meetings. So we also have the ability to get through everything and be as efficient as we possibly can. And going off of that, the date that we finish this is supposed to be December 2nd. So that 45-day period after we finish it, that's when we start letting student organizations know our decisions for the semesterly application for spring semester. And then this entire process basically ends up repeating during spring semester for the upcoming fall semester. So that's what we have looking forward. So the next few weeks, we will probably just only be looking at Sahas and anything else that comes up from Rashad that I can add to the agenda. Otherwise, that's what we have going on. Any questions? Yeah.
So those Sahas,
Right. I have not checked if there are
There's
any.
none in there.
Okay, perfect. So there aren't any, but if there are any, I will let you guys know. Just make sure you guys check your WebEx, and also, real quick thing, but like for our meetings, just make sure you RSVP to the Google Calendar. It's just really nice to know who's going to be here and who's not going to be here, so I have a much better sense of what to plan for. But other than that, any other questions? Perfect. Sorry, I had to log in there, and that would just be a headache.
Yeah, so if they are in person, just hanging out in the SBA office. If you're gonna host them virtually, making sure that all of your orgs have access to your calendar, so it's like making appointments on your Google Calendar. Does that make sense? And then you can add it into your slot.
But do we have to do like all mandatory virtual, like, what, do we have hours during that time, or do we get like a notification?
You can set your room up to give you notification if someone's in there, but they usually have to notify you, if that makes sense.
And it said, you only have to
Yeah, so that if they sign up for an appointment, just make sure you're in there for sure. I didn't make the module, so probably. So
Yeah, no,
it's,
it is. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it like Google Appointments?
Yep, exactly. I really don't want to call you Tubman. I'm so sorry, but I just probably forget to tell you this, but can you just change your thing to appointments instead of having blocks of times? I'll show you how to do it after, okay? Just wanted to let you know just because I don't want to forget. Okay, but I don't know if you guys. I'm sorry, my computer's apparently gonna be used for this, but you see how there's like the window icon? That just allows us to be able to use that as appointment slots rather than just normal things that we have. So the window pane is what allows it. So it's just like how yours is and then it is kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Okay,
I'll help you with that. Yeah.
Thank you. Where's mine?
Actually, wait, I don't think yours is here.
Oh, where's mine?
Okay, we can work on it together.
Oh no. Let me check it on my laptop.
How confusing is it? Okay.
Just like this.
Right. I'm sorry about that. I just like don't know how to. Okay, we'll work on like getting my computer up there because I just feel like that's more easier for me.
Okay. So, here together, just like, but, so that's just, business for the meeting, and then we can do it and announcements. Any objections? Any objections, everyone else consent? Go for it.
Involvement Fest is next Thursday from 12 to 2 on Erickson Field, right out this window. SPE does have a table. I don't know if Michelle still needs people to sign up, so if you are interested, let me know. Virtual Involvement Fest is 6 to 8 p.m. that night, which SPE does not have. But if you are looking at other works, that's where you can do that too.
We already had somebody on first. So,
I asked Michelle, because probably.
okay.
Yeah, I think if you DM Michelle, it would just need to be one in general for SGA. So finance board doesn't need one, Senate doesn't need one, just one general for SGA.
I just have one question there. So like for the new business, am I doing both A and C or is it just C?
And I can answer that question.
So like for the new,
Oh, sorry, what, I think it was Anna's even the wrong. What did,
Oh, I have it here.
Yeah,
He's doing stipend review and also strategic review because you said that Michelle said two of her. And then Amani's also doing.
perfect. I would just say, I'm probably gonna send out, a recurring meeting link as well as like a recurring Google Calendar. If anything changes, like you guys can be guests for your meeting, whatever meeting comes up, but if anything changes about your, availability, please let me know or put it in the, Google Calendar invite so I can just generally know what's happening and know if you're showing virtually, online, whatever it is. For the meetings, like, we're supposed to be in person. There is. So, right now, Aya is online and she's here through the WebEx meeting. So that is an option in case, you're not able to make it. But, how much ever I can like suggest it, I would just suggest that you come in person if possible because I feel like it's just going to easier that way. Because everyone else is here, but if there ends up being a situation that anyone is online, completely okay.
My schedule is like really off. So like sometimes if there's like an emergency or something, that's totally not what.
I would also say that, like, as chair, to, yeah, if you're gonna be first, like,
Right. I would just say, there's a thing that you can put in Google Calendar where it says I'm attending virtually or I'm attending in person. So just change that based on whatever is going to happen, so I have a better idea of what to expect if I need to make sure that I'm monitoring the.
Hopefully have this set up a little better so people virtually can hear.
Right.
A bit better next week, and we'll have microphone and also it should be streaming on YouTube in case it is hard to hear in the WebEx that people can hear virtually. Mainly because it's going to be hard to have student orgs in this space also with all of us and hitting like a COVID capacity, right? That being said, if you are virtual, it's still expected that you're participating the same way that you would be in person. So it's not like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home and pretend I'm there, but I'm really not. Like, we're gonna know if you're not participating, and it will count as an absence. Oh, it was one time to stand up. Sorry.
Oh, no, you good. So like our next meeting gonna be next Tuesday, right?
Mhm.
And it's still gonna be in the same one.
Yeah, so it's always this room.
I forgot to put on type of meeting, which happened was. So the liaison system contact tracking sheet, it hasn't been updated or anything. Are we still gonna be using that this year or?
That's, yeah, that's not my decision.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll talk with Reese and I'll, go
Yeah.
over.
Anything else I need to add?
I moved to end period of announcements and enter the journey.
Second class.
We can do the meeting at 7:16 p.m. I recognize that. It's so weird to do it in person. Okay, but here at our middle of the name, Usman, Amina, Imani, Khan, Devin, Fiona, and I are present, as well as the exhibition members, Corey, and Jonathan.
No, I second.
We can
Sorry?
stop.
I said I second.
Oh, we can stop the recording.
No, what next thing is the corner.
We need to figure this out.